Hello, Libra. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. All right, Libra, this combination is different for me, and I don't think I've ever seen this, and I rarely ever see grief show up. Now, it could simply be that some of you are like feeling the loss of, your intuition and psychic abilities, but I don't think that that's it. I think that you're actually being guided to deal with some pain right now. So from Le Vampire, supernatural, inexplicable, miraculous, and otherworldly, and then grief from Chakra Wisdom. Supernatural talks about something that I'm constantly preaching. Everybody is intuitive and psychic, and we all have the same abilities. It's just whether or not, we're able to tap into that. Now, for some of you looking at this, I kind of get the feeling of where the hell was my intuition when I needed it? Now, some of you may be being guided to deal with this kind of pain right now in order to open up fully in terms of what your abilities are and your intuition. But grief could be saying that you're either missing someone or something. It's about revealing that pain so you can finally heal it. Now, the card at a glance says that this card heralds a deep caring and an ability to heal and love again. However deep the pain or hard the challenges you face, troubled times donate smooth sailing ahead. But I just think that some of you are finally feeling something here in terms of pain. All right, Libra. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me this week, but I can't just get these cards right. All right, here's your overall. The star, very nice. Very, very nice. So definitely doing some healing here for sure. Needing to heal some pain. But I do like that the star is the overall here. Emotional balance, hope and healing, going with the flow of the universe. Looking at your hopes and desires on a really big scale here. But I think it's more about you healing some pretty deep internal things, especially with grief showing up. Wow, in the past, the Hermit, and there's the star again. So some of you, I feel like coming out of Hermit mode now. I think that you've done that soul searching, right? You've really looked at what you were wanting in the first place. And I think you're coming out of this now. I don't think it's about you continuing to stay in solitude or isolation here. I think that you're done with this now. Yep. The Three of Wands in the present. Now, I'm curious as to what's going on here, like always. But with this being in the present, you've acted on something. And now, you're waiting to see how something is going to work out or how something is going to develop before you take any further action. Or, you may be waiting on something, though. But right, you can't be in hermit mode and expect things to show up. That's why I feel like for a lot of you, you're coming out of this now and actually working toward, the bigger dreams, the bigger hopes, the bigger desires. But again, with that Three of Wands, right, when you're looking out over that cliff, you should already know what to expect because these are the things that you've been working toward. So it's coming out, taking some action here, but then waiting before doing anything else. Oh, wow. Damn. And, you and Virgo here. The Tower. But again, we're still looking at the star. Now, it may be something good, though, the Tower always gets me because when I look at this, I think drastic changes need to be made. It needs to be abrupt. It needs to be, completely destructive. But, I've always said, coming out of the Tower, you see the star, right? And there it is your overall. Now, maybe that some of you are, waiting to move. Maybe you're waiting to do something drastic here. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. But I don't think that, it's destruction in a negative way for you. And I don't see, anything super negative or shocking happening here. Your best path to follow. Wow, man. You and Virgo, seriously. Temperance being your best path to follow, it makes me worry a little bit. Because if you're looking at the Three of Wands and you're talking about, okay, I've come out of hermit mode, now I'm acting on something but waiting to see what happens, and you have these drastic changes, it's like you need to get clear on how you feel, how you're thinking about something, the equilibrium, right? And like needing to get balance back, but then also like needing to be patient. Like what you are wanting is going to come to you, I think, in a really big way. But like, I feel like you shouldn't be forcing anything though either. But I'm still seeing you waiting though. So I'm like, well, why? It's not, I don't know, like I'm kind of being shown the Knight of Swords, but it's much bigger than that. It's not just being hasty. It's like taking action that's going to cause like drastic change. And I feel more so like you're being asked to make sure that you're coming from a place of absolute balance before you do this. And again, with the Hermit being what's coming in from the past, you should have already done the deep soul searching and knowing exactly what you want and thinking bigger and expecting better. But like you need to come from a place of like extreme balance here. Oh, okay. In your environment, the Ten of Wands, why? And that may be what the problem is. So with the Ten of Wands being in your environment, we're talking about, first of all, being overwhelmed, being overburdened, feeling like everything is an uphill battle and needing to drop the shit and go back to the one. And I worry. I do. I worry that you move into a place where, if things don't work out the way you want it to, it's like you're going to abruptly change things with the Tower being there. Like it's so overwhelming. Now, again, with the Star being the overall, though, it could be that you're dropping all the burdens and not dealing with it anymore and going to a place where, you're acting on something else. I mean, you're still waiting though. But the problem is that by doing this, you're causing like extreme change. But this combo to me kind of bothers me. But again, with the Star being the overall, it changes. Finally getting rid of all the things that have been weighing you down. But then at the same time, it's like some of you may still be carrying it though while trying to do something else, and still like waiting to see before you make any drastic changes. But it ends up happening anyway. Your hopes and your fears, the Four of Swords, not hearing anything, like fearing that you're not going to hear anything. I mean, but then the other thing though too, as far as like a hope here, it's really about, you getting to a place where things are calm, calling that truce, right? Needing to take a break, needing to think about some things, needing to reflect on everything, but needing a break from all the things that have been weighing on you though too, looking at the Ten of Wands. But I think that for some of you, it may be a fear of like not hearing anything though, because, when I see the Four of Swords, I think cut off in communication. It's silence, but some of you may be hoping for this though too, but I worry that you may do something drastic. Oh boy. And then coming out quickly, it's like quickly happening. But, again, with the Star being the overall, it's for bigger and better things to come through, and you're still like acting on it though, and like I said, with this dropping the burden, but the Eight of Wands, everything may, and this is actually, the perfect example for this, everything may just fall into place exactly where you need it to be. All right. When we're talking about things falling into place and things, quickly moving into a place where you want them to be in a really big scale, you're putting in the effort here for sure, but you're still waiting. I feel like not in a state of limbo, but waiting to hear something, waiting for things to change, But with everything that's been weighing on you, you may drop it in one destructive move, like bam, gone. We're moving the hell on now because you're done with this. You're done doing the soul searching here. You really want something to start. But, again, needing to be patient, right? The Three of Pentacles, yeah, we could be talking about a work situation and drastically changing what you've been working on. Some of you may have learned something new here and you're really wanting to apply it for sure, right? With the Seven of Pentacles, reevaluating what you've been working toward and is it really what you want to see? But it's about continued growth. But then, again, right, like the Knight of Swords, like I'm telling you, be careful about acting too quickly. Some of you, it could be that you just need to tap into your courage here and conviction when it comes to, what you are drastically wanting to change. What is it that you've been putting your time and effort into with the Three of Pentacles? Are you actually seeing the results that you want? If you're not, then things do have to change. But, it's like once this happens, it's going to happen quick. And everything is going to just like fall into place for you. Because with Temperance being here, I don't feel like anything bad is going to happen. But like, I still see you needing to pay attention. When I go back to supernatural, it's not the High Priestess, but like needing to pay attention to what is going on with yourself internally. And absolutely paying attention to your intuition when you're making major changes like this. But again, the damn Knight of Swords, I felt it and I could see it. Like I could see it looking at these two. I would just say to you, before you make any drastic quick changes, give it a second. But certainly, don't continue to wait on something that is just weighing you down. Whatever it is we're talking about here, whether we're talking about you actually moving or taking a new job, or if we're talking about, relationship issues here, you may be making major drastic changes as far as that goes. But it's because you're looking at things differently here. Because again, you kick it off with the Hermit. You know what that star is for you. Now. Wow, Libra. I'm not used to your readings being like super deep for me, but this one's like shit. But one of the things that like I've been feeling around the Tower this week is like the only way that things are going to fall into place for most of us is if there are like major drastic levelings, like it has to be completely wiped away. But this is about you and what you're doing for you. I don't think that you're looking at any shocking news or communication coming through. I don't think that that's it at all. I think it has to do with the action that you're taking looking at the Knight of Swords. Be careful about being too drastic and being too hasty, because again, it's like you go into this place where you reevaluate things. But on the other hand, I don't know, I feel conviction. I feel like there's a sense of like, I am doing what I need to for me. And I'm not going to let anything stand in my path. One of the things that I've always said when it comes to the Tower, I love seeing when the Knight of Swords is connected to it. Because it's like, nope, I ain't standing in the fucking rubble. Boom, I'm gone. But, there's still a need to look at things differently for continued growth, But some of you may be like wanting to get going now, especially with that Eight of Wands being there. Needing quick change, needing quick destruction. Now, this could go one of two ways here when you're looking at the Tower with this deck. It could be that playfulness has led to possibly cheating in a relationship. This could be you or the other person here, but with the Tower again, right? Destruction, you got that person in the background going, hey, that's mine. Jealousy, right? Like, it's not good. It's not good for relationships. Now, this is not going to apply for everybody. This is only going to be for some of you. Playfulness, though, if you've been through this and this has happened to you, it may be that, you need to go out and actually have fun instead of focusing on, what you've dealt with here, right? Like I said, it's either or. Libra, if you're in a relationship, playfulness may have led to cheating possibly here. But geez, why? And then for singles, you have to make that fantasy a reality, but that's a good start, though, I feel like, with the Seven of Cups and calling in your soulmate, fantasizing about what that soulmate is to you, and then eventually attracting it into your life, right? But couples, what the hell? And again, not going to be for everybody. But, Libra, I want to tell you, go for it. If you need to make drastic changes, maybe that is what you need to do, because we're looking at the star. Definitely needing to heal something in your life. Maybe the only way to do that is to do it now. Do it now, clear it away, be done, move on. But remember here that you need to come from a place of balance before you make any major changes. All right, Libra. This is big for you, and my God, you are not playing around this time. But like I said, the Knight of Swords showing up. Okay, so now the way that you kick this off with the Hermit and the Star, you're coming out of Hermit mode in a really big way here. But with the Star being the overall, it's really about healing things that are going on for you. And then I go back to the Oracle cards here, where it's like your own intuition and your own psychic abilities are leading you to this place where we need to reveal the pain so it can be healed, with grief being there. And it may be because you're either missing someone or something. But like I said, you're not thinking anymore. You're done doing the soul searching with the Star being the overall. In a really big way here what you have always been wanting. Now, with the Three of Wands, I feel like some of you are acting on it. But then I think that some of you are acting on something new and dropping the burdens because of the Star being there. But then I also think that some of you may be carrying those burdens still and still trying to act on something else. And you may be waiting, but then you may get to a point where you're tired of waiting. And there's abrupt, and I mean abrupt, changes happening here. And with the Eight of Wands, it's like fast, it's immediate. But, when I look at the Eight of Wands with this one, I feel like things just kind of fall into place for you, but it may be that you need to do things quickly. Otherwise, you may be in this place here where you just go back to the Hermit mode. Now, I do think with the Four of Swords, though, some of you may be fearing not hearing something. And I worry that it doesn't happen quick enough for you and you just go ahead and make the changes that need to be made anyway. Now, as far as the Eight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, really, when you're looking at the Hermit kicking this off, it's you applying the new knowledge that you have now and looking at continued growth and no longer, taking stock of things and going, this isn't what I want. Now it's about growth, continued growth. And I feel conviction with this Knight of Swords. I also feel like you're being quick, maybe a little bit hasty, because you're being asked to come from a place of balance, but then also guidance, right? And then I go back to supernatural and I think you're being guided to do this. It's like your intuition is finally kicking you in the ass, but it's not in like a high priestess type of way. I mean, it's different. It's different, but still needing to come from a place of absolute balance and harmony before you make these drastic changes. And if you do, quick. It has to be quick, right? It's like it has to be abrupt for you in order for you to start moving into that place where, you're really working toward your star. This is big, big, big. And I'm not used to your readings being deep like this, but geez, Now, what I will say is, like I said with the Knight of Swords, it's two-sided for me on this. Just be careful about making hasty choices. But then if you are going to make a drastic change, stay the course, is what I want to say. But again, you need to come from a place where you feel like you're balanced in what you're doing, with Temperance being there. Now, as far as relationships go, I'm telling you, in this one, I wanted to pick it back up, but I was told no. This is what couples needed to see, was playfulness. But then looking at the Tower with it, playfulness may have led to a cheating scenario, which is possible with the Tower being here. For some of you, though, it may be that that's over with for you now, and it's time for you to, like, get back to, you know, a lighter type of energy and going out there and not letting this, like, have control over you, right? And I go back to grief. I do think that some of you, and again, this is only going to be for some of you, you may have dealt with a cheating scenario, right? But the Tower does not have to be the end for you. Like, I feel like you need to go, fuck it, I'm going to go and have a good time. I'm not going to carry the weight of this anymore, you know? And then the Ten of Wands. But again, that's only for some of you. Now, and the Tower is not something I ever hope to pull when it comes to relationships, but man, for those of you who are single, calling in your soulmate and then the Seven of Cups, this is fantasizing about somebody, you know, and it could be that you're really fantasizing about what your soulmate would be like, and by doing that, you're going to attract that right to you, which may be a good thing. You know, I'm not seeing it as a bad thing. Now, you may be fantasizing about somebody who you felt like was your soulmate and fantasizing about possibly having a connection again, but nothing's really happening, though. You know, daydreaming about having that connection. But like I said, for those of you who are single and you're thinking about what your soulmate or who your soulmate is, that's probably the best way to attract them into your life. But I will say you need to be specific, right? You don't want to be like, well, I want him to look like this and I want him to treat me this way, but then have all this negative stuff attached to him. Be specific if you're going to fantasize about somebody, especially your soulmate, right? But damn, man, this one, you guys are going to have to tell me what the hell is going on. I'm not used to your readings being this drastic, but I think that some of you are needing, like, major change. And I don't think that you're willing to wait for it anymore.